Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka Bish from DPS Lamachor. Today in this session, we'll be discussing about the second element of directing, which is motivation. So in the previous session, we have already discussed about the concept and meaning of motivation. Now we'll be continuing with the Maslow's theory of motivation. As we know, motivation is a psychological phenomenon and human needs or employees needs plays an important role in motivation. So to understand the need of the human being, it is necessary to understand the Maslow's need hierarchy theory. According to this theory, need or the desire is a very important element in motivation because the employees gets motivated only for their needs, and if the needs are fulfilled completely, then it is not possible to motivate the employees. So Maslow has given a sequence or hierarchy of needs in the following ways. First is physiological needs. So physiological needs basically includes food, shelter and clothing. So these are the basic requirements for survival and maintenance of human needs. As these are the basic requirements of human needs for survival, that is why it is sequenced at the top of Maslow's need theory. Now, these needs can be fulfilled by offering the monetary incentive to the employees. Second is safety and security need. So once the physiological needs of human beings are fulfilled, they start thinking about their future. They want their future secure by making sure that in future they can continue fulfilling their physiological needs. So basically, safety and security needs includes two things. First is physical security and second is economic security. So physical security means safety from illness, accidents or fire, etc. And economic security means having sufficient fund to meet the future's physiological needs. Now, third is social needs, affiliation or belonging needs. So these needs basically includes need for love, affection, companionship, friendship, etc. So once the physiological needs and safety and security needs of human beings are fulfilled, then the social need arises, and to fulfill the social need, the managers arranges formal and informal get together, or it also arranges or it also prefer the teamwork so that the employees can develop the social relationship by this. So social needs basically include needs for love, affection and companionship. Next is esteem needs. So esteem needs basically includes respect and recognition. So when the above three needs are satisfied, the people start demanding the need for their respect or recognition in groups. So here this needs is more common in high level of employees or the employees working at higher level, and also esteem needs can be fulfilled by non-monetary incentives. And the last point is self-actualization needs. So this needs basically includes or basically means reaching to the aim of your life. Here, once the person has become what he wants to become, it means he has reached to the satisfaction of his life. These needs basically includes growth or achievement of goal. Now, here is the flowchart of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. So the very first step in this theory is basic physiological need. Now, this needs include the requirement or the basic requirement for survival and maintenance of human life. Second is safety or security needs. So these needs basically include two safeties. First is physical safety, second is economical safety. So physical safety means safety from illness, accidents, fire, etc. And economical safety means having sufficient fund to meet the future physiological needs. Now the third step is affiliation or belongingness needs. So this need includes the need for love, affection, companionship, friendship, etc. Then comes esteem needs. Esteem needs basically includes the respect and recognition of people in the society. And at last, which is self-actualization needs, it includes reaching or realizing the goal of your life. And these needs includes achievement of goal and growth. Now, next in motivation is financial or non-financial incentive. So these incentives work as a powerful tool of motivation for the employees working at the lower level. So incentive can be defined as monetary and non-monetary reward offered to the employees so that they can work efficiently and effectively. So first we will discuss the monetary or financial incentive, which includes pay and allowances. So increase in salary on regular basis every year and granting allowances act as a good motivators for the employees. So in some organization, the pay hikes or allowances are directly linked to the performance of the employees, which means to get these allowances and incentive, the employees work to their best ability. Second is profit sharing. This means some organization offers some share of profit to the employees so that they can work effectively and efficiently to get the share of profit. Third is co-partnership or stock option. So share in the profit does not give the ownership right to the employees. So the company offers the share in management, which includes or which will require the participation of employees along with the share in the profit as an incentive to the employees for to get the better performance from them. Fourth is bonus. Bonus is basically one-time extra reward paid to the employees for sharing the higher performance. Generally, when the employees reaches their target or exceed their target, they are paid some extra amount which is called bonus. Fifth is commission. So commission is basically the incentive offered to the employees under the sales department and it is given along with the basic salary. Next is productivity linked with the wage incentive. So here there are some wage rate plans. For example, in differential piece wage system, we have already studied in principles of management. The efficient workers are paid much higher salary compared to inefficient worker. Next is retirement benefits. So some organization offers retirement benefits which includes pension, gratuity, or we can say provident funds to motivate the employees. These are basically from the safety concern of the employees. Next is perks, fringe benefits and prerequisites. Refers to the special benefits such as medical facility, free education for the children, free housing facilities, etc. Now here are some non-monetary or non-financial incentives which include status. So status here refers to prestige, respect, recognition, authority and responsibility. It also includes rank also. So the manager offers the highest rank or status in the organization to motivate the employees. Second is organizational climate. So it refers to the relation between the superior and subordinates. Third is career advancement. So here the manager offers the promotional opportunities to the employees. Fourth is job enrichment or assignment of challenging job. Generally, the employees get bored by performing the routine job. So here the managers motivates the employee by offering them challenging job or interesting job. Next is employees recognition. So recognition here means giving special regard or respect to the employees so that this ego can be satisfied. So ego satisfaction act as a good motivator for the employees. And the last is job security. Job security means lifetime bonding of organization and the employees. So job security also means offering the permanent confirmation letter. So with this, we have completed the second element of directing, which was motivation. In the next session, we'll be continuing with the other two elements. That's all for today. Thank you.